Alright everyone, it's I, Schrodinger Jadstar Valentine, and it has been a little while, hasn't it? Yeah, it sure has. But yeah, as you all know, I was of course, taking my winter break off, so... And hey Deku, how you doing? But yeah, it's been quite a while here. And also, can you hear me just fine and all that jazz? Okay, so we're good. Because, yeah, as the title shows, this is actually the first test stream with the new laptop. And to be honest, I'm a little nervous because I still don't know if everything's, fully working correctly and all that jazz. I don't know if everyone can hear me just fine or any of that. I just, I'm hoping and praying that everything goes according to plan. Especially since this stream started... Oh? Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, this stream started way later than I was planning. And I'll get into that a little bit, but... Yeah, this is the first stream on the new laptop, and... I'm a bundle of nerves, because again, this thing has never been really tested. I was spending the last few days trying to, troubleshoot everything and get everything working properly for the laptop, just because... Yeah, I know, YouTube, it's way higher than the recommended bitrate. I do not know how to clamp my bitrate down. Yeah, that's why we did not play Minecraft together, is because I was trying to get everything working, trying to get everything moved over to this new laptop, which is actually a lot harder than it looks, mainly because... So, number one, as you could kind of see from the fact that my screen has a large border around it, yeah, this laptop uses a very oddball resolution, 1920 by 1200, because Asus thinks that old 2000s resolutions are still cool, despite the fact that they are anything but. Which, by the way, this is an Asus TUF A18 laptop. Pretty top of the line, little kit here, as far as laptops go. Alright, I will. Alright, hang on. Hey, FNAF team! How you doing? But yes, this is the first test stream on, as I said, the new laptop, which... So far, so good. In fact, it's actually way higher than the recommended bitrate right now, because this thing's Wi-Fi card is just that strong. Alright. Brax. I don't see it. You could send me the friend request instead. But yeah, let's get to this. Let's actually do this here, because there's a lot to talk about. I have a lot of announcements. I have a lot of stuff that I really need to talk about here. There's a lot that I really need to get off, you know, my chest and all. Because it's been a while since I've seen you guys. Well, except for Gaming Chicken. We've been talking off stream quite a bit because, you know, he's a permanent staff member. But it's, you know, those who do not work for me fully. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. So, yeah, that's a better way of phrasing it. So, yeah. But yeah, as the title suggests, I am not streaming on Vixen at all anymore. I have completely moved over to... Alright. Yeah. After all, I am doing several test streams, so... You know, this is just one of a few that we're going to be doing. Oh yeah, and you are in the group too, Deku, but, you know, you're not in the Discord, so... Yeah, we're gonna try to figure out how to phone capture eventually. But yeah, first up, let's talk about the new computer. So the new PC is... It's actually an Asus laptop, as I said before. Asus TUF A16 Advantage Edition. Now, what on earth does Advantage Edition mean? Well, to explain what Advantage Edition is, alright. But yeah, Advantage Edition is just AMD code speak for this laptop does not have an NVIDIA GPU at all. Which, that's a little shitty. Gonna be honest here because, the big kicker with that is that I do not have NVIDIA encoder access anymore. Or NVENC access, I guess you could say, anymore. Meaning that I instead have to rely on H.264 encoders, which they do not give as good quality as you can see. You know, it's a bit blurry compared to what you usually get with NVENC, and there's several other issues too. But hey, I'll live with it, you know? And also, this is a laptop, so playing Stray on max settings probably not going to happen. Because again, laptops are generally just slower than desktops. You know, this is a lot faster than my old desktop, but slower than a desktop of the modern era, I guess you could say. Yeah. We'll definitely do so, Deku. And I'll definitely crank up the resolution so that it stops bombarding the bitrate. A little too much. Hell yeah! Nice. Hey, hey, Ice Wallow, how you doing? Are you new to the channel? If so, then welcome. But yeah, looking very smooth right now. But the full specs of this PC are so yeah. In that case, then welcome, welcome. I'm Schrodinger Jazzstar Valentine, streamer streams, player of games. And right now I'm doing a test stream with a new AMD Radeon equipped laptop because my old desktop started having some issues. But yeah, the full specs are as follows. Ryzen 730, 730, I think. It's one of those X CPUs, but a laptop version. Really high performance chipset. Um, but yeah, Ice, welcome. Um, GPU is Radeon RX 77 XT, which, well, the laptop version, which is a little slower than the desktop 7700 XT Radeons, but it's still a Radeon RX 7700 XT, and that's what's real important here. Oh, who's this? Oh, I recognize who this is. That's AJ. There we go. Wait, you know AJ Deku? A friend of mine, Box or Squirrel or AJ, he's one of the guys from the older group, which I'm gonna get into them in a little bit, because we did kinda come to an impasse with them last night or the other night. And, since things have cooled down and I was able to go clear my head over these last few weeks, I think I can finally, really Yeah. Hey, Skylar, how you doing? But yeah, I think I can now, really talk about what happened with, Krem and all those folks. Oh yeah, and it also has 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM. Now the unfortunate side of this computer is that it only has a 500 gig SSD. So really big games probably still gonna be streamed on Vixen with some modifications because yeah, I had to completely just cannibalize the second monitor from Vixen, the headset from Vixen. This is my old Silicon Graphics and or HP Cloud Alpha headset that I yanked from Vixen and plugged in here. I have not really been looking into Akiko the entire time I was on Christmas break. I was mainly trying to transfer everything over. But yeah, we're gonna just do one last talk about what happened and just give my closing thoughts over everything that happened and the October disaster and all that. As many of you guys could tell over the last few months, I have still been a little just messed up from the October disaster. Like, you could really tell that I was really just very angry, very bitter from all the language I was using, and yep, sure it is, Skylar. And it's awesome. But yeah, as I was saying, I think I'm finally at liberty to, talk about what's been going on and really discuss in great detail, what I've been feeling the last few months because, you could kind of tell, guys, that I was still a little angry, still a little upset. I mean, it doesn't take a psychiatrist to notice that. Yeah. And throughout October, November, December, I've been really angry and just like because Sarah just completely screwed me over, and of course I was mad. Oh yeah, and I'm using a wireless mouse because I do not know how to transfer over my big wired mouse yet. Probably will in the future though. But yeah. There we go. Much better. But yeah. To give you all a rundown, some stuff happened. Me and Sarah are no longer together, and yeah, let's just say I lost a lot of people that day. And but yeah, now that I've really cooled my head and really figured everything out, You know, all I want to say about it now is just that I really, I'm not really gonna bring it up anymore. I'm pretty much moving on. This is my story. They're not part of it. That old team, they're not part of it anymore. And I will not let them just, try and drag me back into stuff. I'm moving on my own, and that's how it's gonna be. Yes, that too. Hell yeah. Yeah. Where I play various mobile games, including Brawl Stars, which I absolutely love. Thanks for getting me into that today, FNAF team. That's awesome. But yeah, I got a new team that will have its own official Discord server like Crimson Crew did. Its name is Fractured Rose, and it's really gonna be something. We got Spilled Funk, we got Deku, even though he can't be in the Discord. We got... Well, no, we do not have Skylar. She's just a fan. Though I could hire you if I want, Skylar. You could join the team if you want. Yeah. Oh yeah, Furret. Furret's also part of the team. Rue. Parker is also part of the team. Parker, the Hurricane, the sports commentator. And of course Voxel, them too. Voxel Usagi, who is the Swiss bunny boy. But yeah, we got lots of people already. And I'm a lot happier where I am now than I was with the Crimson Crew. Just a lot less corruption, a lot less internal drama. Like, that was a big thing with the Crimson Crew that I just didn't like, was just all the internal fighting and drama and just nonsense. Like, it was just another day, another, what the fuck? What happened now? Sort of thing with that entire situation. Whereas with Fractured Rose so far, way less drama. Way less. Yeah. In all honesty, Sarah ran things a lot more like an agency than she did an independent content creation team. If I'm gonna be totally honest here. Yeah, exactly. Like, yep. Yeah, I'm just glad I'm free of her agency now. That entire agency can just kiss my ass, honestly. Nothing but pain. Just never being listened to and just... yeah. And just a small note to Sarah. Don't try to come after me. Don't try to do anything. This is my story. You're not part of it. Your time to toy with me has come and went. And I'm going on my own now. I think both are true, to be honest. Like, you are a master at marketing and management, and Sarah's entire company was just on the brink of collapse 24/7, and there was always something wrong. But yeah, honestly, honestly, I think Christmas went very well for me overall. Got a new computer, got, you know, pretty much everything I needed to really fix up my streams. Really cooking, we're really moving here. And everything is just going so much better, and I'm just, that's all I can really be happy for. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm just so glad to be back with you guys again. You know, streaming, just having a good time, just doing my thing. Such a wonderful feeling. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some Brawl Stars. We're gonna be doing some other mobile games eventually. You know what? I think I'm gonna lift the embargo on Roblox. I think I might try it here in a bit. I love how nice this looks. My God. Look at that. So far, everything has been just really smooth. Aside from, like, one little drop, but not that severe at all. Really good performance. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to set up the phone capture. That's gonna be a bit of a pain. Because this PC only has two... Yeah, this PC only has two main, big, big USB ports. Yeah, exactly. Alright. Though, I'll probably do it tomorrow just because, again, you know, I don't really do things, I don't really just gun it most of the time. You know, like, I am very careful with planning ahead and really just, you know, researching and, you know, digging and doing a lot of research and really hitting the books and learning how to do stuff instead of just, you know, rushing in and and screwing it up when it comes to technical stuff just because, you know, I want to make sure I'm doing it right. All right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. You know what? I have an idea of where we can go. I know I am sniffing the I always sniff for burning plastic smell just because I'm a little nervous. I'm still a little nervous because I had a Dell Alienware Latitude M15 flame out on me once where it burned out its CPU. And I did not notice the signs like the burning plastic smell until it was too late. So I'm a little paranoid about that. Just, you know, past laptop PTSD paranoia manifesting there. Hmm. Yeah, we're going there. There we go. And also, I figured out that some of the connection issues are actually my modem, and Also, let's see if the Maritime Man can notice the fact that some of the sound is a lot nicer on this computer than on old Vixen. Let's see if anyone can really figure out what's causing that. We have three answers. A, Dolby Atmos sound chip. B, an upgraded Realtek. Or C, AMD audio, if that is even a thing. If you answered Dolby Atmos sound card, you are correct. There is indeed a dedicated Dolby Atmos soundboard inside this laptop. And the Dolby Atmos is also feeding into the headset as well. So we get some really nice wavetable surround and a whole bunch of other nice goodies sound-wise. But yeah, I understand, but again, you know, I do carefully research. I have time. Yeah? And yes, this is exactly the game you think it is. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. I think it will be even worse with the new GPU and the new PC and just, you know, the better hardware, and most certainly way worse with the Dolby Atmos sound chip. You know how creepy the sounds in that game already were? Well, now that I got a dedicated sound card in the form of Dolby Atmos in this thing, it's gonna be so much worse. I am dreading that game so much more now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Crap. There we go. Yeah, I knew it was a joke. Freaky Friday would probably be our horror day, where we play horror games. Either on Vixen, if they're really big, like Security Breach, or, you know, the more normal-sized, you know, easy to fit onto a 500 gig SSD ones, we do on my main PC. I'll have to see what it is first. And also, I do not have display capture on, so that's another thing too. Oh yeah, and if you were curious as to what operating system this PC is running, well, it's a brand new laptop, and do they really make Windows 10 laptops anymore? Answer: no. No, they do not. Yeah, no, this is a Windows 11 laptop. Plus, Windows 10 has some weird issues with newer CPUs and stuff because they just aren't optimized really. It's not really optimized to take full advantage of them. So it would probably not work very well with Windows 10 anyway, because like a lot of the drivers and stuff just probably wouldn't even run. And if they did run, it would be very buggy because again, limited, Windows 10 backwards compatibility. Alright, let's see what this meme is. Yep. Hey, Spillfunk! How you doing? Well, it's more of an unofficial stream because it's a test stream. But more or less, yes. Alright. What the? What the hell is that guy? I know this sexy hot MILFs guy, but the guy above him? Yeah, not too sure. Yeah, I have a new PC, and not an inclusive one, or not an incredibly new one, but an entirely new one is what I was looking for. I do not know why that didn't come out right. I cannot speak tonight. Yeah. Yes, the Vine Boom emoji. what's he want? Oh. Jesus Christ. Yep, that's one of Sarah's old ones. That's one of the ones from the old group. Yeah, I'm unfriending this. There we go. I think they're trying to stream snipe me and get to me because of it. Because they heard from Lizzie and them. Because I told Lizzie that, you know, I want to distance myself from everyone and, you know, move on. No, I'm not letting them join. This is my time with you guys. And plus, one of them is, like, really racist and would easily get my channel shut down. Which is again the kind of people that Sarah hired for the most part. Was just this is a VRChat map. And VRChat is generally my benchmarking and testing suite for computers. Like, the entire reason I blocked out his bio was because, and, you know, said to, just chatting earlier, was because that guy's bio had the N-word in it. Like, that's why I do not... That's why when responding to people and checking their profiles and stuff, I always put to just chatting. Oh yeah, so the specs of the laptop are as follows. Ryzen 9 79, well no, is Ryzen 9 7783. I think it's I think it's the Ryzen 7 rather. I don't know, I'm gonna have to check. Hang on. Yeah, Ryzen 7 7735 HS. Okay. That's better. So yeah, Ryzen 7 7735 HS for the CPU. The GPU is not NVIDIA, it's actually Radeon. Radeon RX 7700S. Yeah, 7700S. 8 gigabytes of video memory. It's pretty beefy stuff. 16 gigs DDR5. Really fast RAM. And the hard drive, or SSD rather, is a 500 gig SSD, so not overly too much storage space. You know, it's quite a bit smaller than Vixen, but it's alright. We'll manage. And manufacturer of the laptop itself is Asus, by the way, if you were wondering what brand or what company made it. My last PC before the Asus one was custom made, but was made using predominantly Gateway and or Asus parts. And now this is just an actual Asus and or Gateway I'm using in front of me now. I suspect most of you know who Asus and, you know, their various subsidiaries such as, yeah. By now, I bet most of you know who Asus and or, you know, the various subsidiaries such as Gateway are. You know, they make a lot of very high-end, both military-grade workstation laptops, like this stuff I'm using, and also the ROG gaming line of laptops. Have a really good reputation is what I'm gonna say about Asus. Their reputation is rock solid. M11 is the Sorry if I'm coughing a bit. Have a bit of a cold. Cold weather is not very kind to me. At all. Because due to the antipsychs I take, damaging my hypothalamus, I'm very sensitive to temperature changes. Yeah, oh yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, Asus is very good overall. I've had an Alienware in the past. Had being the key word there. Because, like a lot of Alienware Latitude M15s, that one blew up its CPU. Well, actually, it killed its CPU twice. The first time, back when, way back in 2019, and the second time in 2021, and then we got repaired again, then just didn't do anything with it ever since. Alright. Good night, FNAF team. It was nice seeing ya. Yeah, I know. I don't think I'm ever touching a Dell laptop ever again after my honestly just terrible experiences with Alienware Latitudes and their CPUs blowing up. Which apparently is a common problem with Alienware Latitude series laptops, is they yeah, I knew about that. Loudhouse Reloaded or something. Either Loudhouse Rewritten or Loudhouse Live and Reloaded. Not sure which it is. Yeah, but I did know about the Loud House fanfiction, which I think is hilarious. The longest piece of English literature is not a great poem, not a screenplay. No, it's Loud House fanfiction. And I could not get over the Dolby Atmos sound card in this. Hang on, let me check. Yes. Yeah, exactly. And that's not Cornfield Chase, that's just, the Rockstar Row music. Because they actually do play it here, in this world. But I'm really loving... You know what? A lot of manufacturers nowadays are starting to switch over to dedicated sound cards again, like the Dolby Atmos. Am I the only one who's noticed that? Or... Because even my new phone has one. But yeah. Yep, it's not at all a Shakespeare play. It's... No, you thought it would be a Shakespeare play, but it was me! Loud House Reloaded! What? There we go. There we go. I don't know, I might read it. I don't know. Did they have Glamrock Chica in it at one point? I think I remember that. Or I think I remember hearing something about that. That's what I thought. Nice. Nice. And I bet you at least heard of this world before. Palm Plaza Mall. But yeah, here's my plans for the new year, just to kind of get into it. So, first up is, of course, getting Fractured Rose up and running. Continue on with, the Minecraft series. Continue on with some VRChat stuff, maybe, if I'm feeling up to it. Rebuild my VRChat team slowly, and then slowly but surely, kinda, regain everything. Another thing that we're really gonna be doing tonight, or rather, over the year, aside from, slowly rebuilding everything. Hell yeah! But yeah. Another thing is, of course, getting some new blood in the team. And also, of course, getting the Toontown Corporate Clash side of things started a little bit more. I mean, I have, played the game a little bit. The problem, though, is that my PC, my main PC, my new Asus, does not recognize it as a game. So it does not switch on the dedicated GPU for it. Gonna have to figure out how to get hardware acceleration working on newer laptops for it, which that'll be a bit of a pain, but... Oh yes, Ultra Kill. Yep, we're definitely trying that eventually. Yeah, Ultra Kill is going to be on the list for games we're going to try. We are not doing any more trails of anything. Not even Kai no Kaseki, not even Daybreak. Yeah, Trails is pretty much dead on this channel. And the reason is, I started losing a lot of viewers and subscribers whenever I played the newer Trails games because the VODs apparently were just unwatchable for those. So yeah, no more Trails. you know, we will be doing a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. Again, lots of new stuff is coming. Not in that way. To my channel. It's gonna be a whole new renaissance, pretty much, in terms of just, you know, the kind of content we're gonna do, the kind of just everything. Dead. That's the store's name, is just Dead. D-D. It's a store for the dead! Yep. Indeed. And I definitely do not think I'm doing any more Doki Doki content. I often call Doki Doki Literature Club the anti-Amore, because Amore, you know, yeah, it had, you know, psychological horror, but, you know, it did very well, and it was, you know, connected to a story and events, whereas Doki Doki, there really isn't much of a story beyond just, you know, the main Literature Club part. And then the psychological horror just feels very forced. And just very... Yep. Yeah, exactly. Minecraft is coming back. Yeah, exactly. It just throws gore at your face and just expects it to take it. No good plot reason. No nothing. Like... And you could tell on the streams for Doki Doki that I really did not enjoy it all that much. Like I did, you know, Amori, like I did Andy Lele, like I did all the other games with similar elements. Like, I did not even really try to hide my lack of enjoyment at it with Doki Doki. Like, edgy and grimdark when it's done right. Yeah, exactly. The gameplay is good, but the story is just... There's no real explanation for Monica, there's no real explanation for much of anything. It's just a total mess. And, you know, I highly value story, and when the story is just a total mess like DDLC, it takes a lot of enjoyment out of me. Yeah, exactly. There's just no explanations given for anything. You're just expected, like, the way I can sum up Doki Doki Literature Club's story is just, trust me, bro! Source, trust me, bro. Yeah, exactly. And really, the only reason I really played Doki Doki is because Sarah pretty much twisted my arm and was like, you gotta play this before it can give you, you know, Life is Strange, which never came to fruition. Because Life is Strange, which, you know, that is a good game, at the very least. But Square Enix did not balance out the PC port at all. Literally barely playable with the 1060. And I sure as hell am not playing it on Phoenix either. Because honestly, yeah. This is Palm Plaza Mall. It's an original creation of Flex here. This one. Yeah, it's her little thing. They're if you don't know who they are, they're a pretty big Abby maker. In fact, they are the top dog when it comes to having stuff from VRC. Never met her personally. I will say that much. I have never met Flexa personally, but who knows, one day maybe if I get big enough. Maybe. Oh yeah, the Vaporwave just looks good no matter what you put in. That's why I love it so much. Like, that's why I tend to have a cyberpunk Vaporwave, you know, thing going on with my overlay, you know, my HUD, is because if I went the full, you know, fantasy style I want to go, it would probably look pretty ugly. And the Vaporwave's the only thing that I could draw, you know, half decent. Because it's pretty simple for me to do. But I love these maps. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And then for our final world of the night, um, but yes, it is Windows 11. Only because Windows 11 is the... Well, number one, this is a brand new laptop, so obviously it's probably not going to be Windows 10. And number two, I don't think a lot of the drivers I have will really work for Windows 10. Like, I don't think the RX 7700 series of graphics cards is, you know, I did hear some people can get them to work on Windows 10, but I don't know. I've heard it's very, you know, limited mileage. Mileage may vary. Da, da, da. Ooh! Da, 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 da. I wonder how many of you guys recognize this. Well, you know, aside from Corporate Clash, but that's a different version of this game that I play on my other streams. Dum da 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 da. But yeah, this was old Toontown Online. Still rewritten. You know, this is how it looks in rewritten too, because rewritten has, you know, a few more of the licenses that Corporate Clash doesn't. So they can pretty much keep everything the same. Whereas Corporate Clash, they had to change a whole hell of a lot because of various licensing issues. I'm a huge Clash fan. Now, unfortunately, what the? Yeah. Yeah, this entire world's a little buggy. And a little is, you know, is an understatement. Entire parts of it are not finished at all. But I'm just happy I could have, you know, a PC that actually runs VRChat now. That's just a very good feeling. Because, as you know, Vixen, yeah, that PC could barely run VRChat, even when, you know, when I preload the game, it still wouldn't run it. But yeah, we'll be doing a lot more mobile stuff too. So in other words, you're going to be seeing a lot more Brawl Stars, a lot more, you know, Roblox, a lot more that sort of thing too, eventually. Alright, I think... I don't know. Did I really plan on... Yeah, no, I don't really think I planned on, really talking a whole hell of a lot much else. I'm just glad to see you guys again, to be honest. But yeah. There we go. As I was saying, this is, you know, this year is going to be a year of renewal. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming in. A lot of new teams, a lot of new members, probably. You know, just, well, one big new team, Fractured Rose, and then, you know, a bunch of new members on top of, you know, Vasu, Sagi, FNAF team, Furret, you, Spillfunk, and everyone else. Yeah, and then I also have some other plans too, like trying to get in contact with some other, streamers, trying to really network this year, trying to really spread out beyond just, the small, tiny number I knew before this year, and really trying to branch out in all directions. That's pretty much another thing that we're going to be focusing on. So in other words, this year is going to be quite, something to look forward to. Like, this is really going to be, it's going to be a hell of a year. And, I mean, I'm a little nervous with the way my country is going. Not going to lie. Not gonna say anything else on that though, but yeah, if you're in America, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm a little nervous on that. But hopefully, most things go more or less to plan this year. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit harder, I think, without some of the old crew, because some of the old crew knew a whole hell of a lot of, streamers and just a lot of that kind of people and those and all that jazz. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit slower, I think, but I don't think it will be too big of an issue, at least as far as I know. I mean, I'll figure it all out. We'll figure it all out together, in fact, because that's how we do things. We're a team. But yeah, after the Dark Ages, you guys are gonna be eating good this year in terms of content, and just how much we're gonna be branching out, how much we're gonna be doing, just all that jazz, everything. It's we're really ramping it up now, and there we go. And I'm really bringing out the big guns. This is gonna be, this is gonna be our year, pretty much. This is gonna be the year that everything happens, and, there'll pretty much be no stopping us now. yeah, that's pretty much it for this stream. You know, so yeah, I was really pleased with the way that everything turned out. You know, at first I was really... Hey Deku, welcome back. But yeah, at first I was really nervous that, you know, everything was gonna go wrong. That something was gonna be broken. But no, no. This time, my new laptop did not disappoint. In fact, it far exceeded expectations even. Barely any drops or scuff whatsoever. Nah, it's fine. We're just finishing up. But yeah, everything performed far above expectations. And, you know, I could already tell that not only was this a very good investment, but on top of that, you know, on top of that, we're really gonna be, you know, really pushing ahead here and just, or rather, on top of that, we also got, you know, a lot of stuff out of the way regarding, you know, the pretty much closure regarding the whole group situation, and, you know, Fractured Rose is now a thing that's gonna be happening, and it is pretty much full speed ahead now. We have a lot of new games coming up. We have a lot of new content coming up. Lots of things are going to be happening. Some returning, some brand new, such as Brawl Stars and Ultra Kill and Roblox. And then, you know, returning series such as Minecraft and all that jazz. And that Classrooms game. Oh, that Classrooms game. We'll do it! We'll do it! Screw it, we'll do it! I'm not so sure I actually will. I almost had a heart attack last time I played that. So I don't think I'll actually play the Classrooms again. But maybe I will. Maybe. 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 If I'm feeling froggy, if I'm feeling up to it, maybe. But yeah, we are so back. This is gonna be our year in terms of content, in terms of everything else. You know, as Queen famously stated, don't stop me now. Because I'm having a very good time. Don't want to stop at all. Okay, but really, guys, this is gonna be a hell of a year. I can already tell. Again, really nervous about, you know, circumstances surrounding my current country and all that, but you know, hopefully everything, you know, at least goes well, you know, for us this year. So yeah. So what will we be doing tomorrow? Nothing, because yeah, no stream on Sundays, obviously, because that's my usual break day. But next week on Monday, we will be doing the initial, yeah, we'll be pretty much doing the initial oh, what is it? The mobile tests. After I research how to stream from mobile, which will probably involve fixing somehow, because it's easier to capture on desktops than it is laptops. So you know. But yeah, this is gonna be the Schrodinger year here. I can already tell. And then Tuesday and Wednesday I'll probably, you know, do some more pre-season 3 debut maintenance, and then January 9th it all starts back up again. January 9th is it's go time. So yeah. But anyway, I gotta get going in case you're forever. You pretty much know the drill. So thank you all for watching this wonderful stream. Be your boss, day, night, week, whatever, and I will see you all. On Monday for the first round of mobile testing on Brawl Stars, probably. So yeah. Good night, everyone. Stay classy, everyone, and good night. And I will see you all on Monday for the first round of mobile testing. So yeah. See you there, everyone.